Straight ahead on News 4 Brockport, being an organ donor might not seem like much, but to those in need of a transplant, it's everything. Find out how you can be a hero to someone in need.
Also, the brand new pathways on campus don't look so new anymore. Find out why there has been flaking concrete and the plans to fix it.
And Muslim culture isn't just about religious practices. Find out what the Brockport Muslim Student Association wants you to know about their religion. All this and more coming up. News 4 Brockport starts right now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Kayla Green.
And I'm Hannah Mao. We begin tonight with students who are raising awareness for an important cause. The Health Behavior Research class is on a mission to raise awareness for organ donation. The class did a project where they tabled in the Union for 4 days. They've been educating the public about myths surrounding organ donation and encouraging people to sign up. Public health student Josh Lee explains how big of a need there is for organ donors, especially in New York State. According to the poster at the table, there are 600 people on transplant waiting lists in the Rochester and Syracuse regions alone. New York State in general has the third largest number of patients on the waiting list.
I think the importance is that you're offering somebody else a second chance. You're offering another human being an opportunity at life.
The group tells us that just one organ, eye, and tissue organ can save and heal more than 75 lives. The group hopes that these facts will inspire people to go to the website and sign up. And they even have a laptop with the form ready for you.
I definitely feel like it's an assignment, but it's also impactful too. So it's like, oh, this is an assignment, this is something we have to do for school, but hey, at the same time, we're promoting a really good cause and we're helping people out and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
Someone is added to the transplant list every 10 minutes, and every day 22 people die waiting for their miraculous organ to arrive. 95% of Americans are in favor of organ donation, but only 54% are registered organ donors. Lee says it's life-changing to take the little bit out of time out of your day it takes to register, because so many people are in need of a transplant.
A bunch of different criteria for particular donations. I know like one of the main questions people ask is if I'm a donor, would something be changed into, like for instance, if I pass away, would my body be used for science rather than actually for donation? Which that's not the case, because there's different criteria for particular things in which it will state on the website, on the government website, it will say, hey, these are the things you can select to donate if you choose to do so. It's not oh, you're going to donate and they can take whatever they want. It's you make the decision of what you want to give and what you feel you're comfortable with giving to if that situation arises.
For more information, go to donatelife.ny.gov.
If you've walked through campus in the past couple months, you may have noticed the flaking on the brand new sidewalks here on campus. News 4's Jordan Solcheski is taking a closer look into how students feel about it and the college's plans to fix it.
Seeing it now, it's like two completely different campuses.
Spring is here and the North Campus Revitalization Project is finished. With new trees, sidewalks, benches, bike racks, and signs, some say it looks like a whole new campus. The $12 million construction project had 4 goals: to improve the quality of the campus, pedestrian accessibility and safety, reconnect the destroyed and separated areas of campus, and provide improvements to the underground infrastructure, landscaping, and hardscaping. The project got rid of the 50-plus-year-old pedestrian wall, which had cracked and uneven surfaces. There are now universally accessible sidewalks and entrances to Edwards, Seymour Union, Smith, and Tower Fine Arts. While 200 trees were cut down for the project, 40% of those trees were deceased or not native species. To make up for it, 400 new trees that are native species were planted. The project also improved stormwater management with 4,500 lineage feet of new and renovated water lines to prevent water main breaks. Director of Planning and Construction John Osowski explained one of the features constructed specifically to minimize the damage that winter salt may cause to the sidewalks and the surrounding lawn space.
Notice there's cobblestone gutters along the new sidewalks, and that's to collect the stormwater, collect the salty runoff, especially in the wintertime, to prevent that salt from intruding on the lawn surfaces, to prevent the lawn from getting killed by the salt.
He also says that new techniques for snow removal may be in store for the future.
Because we're trying something new with a brine solution that they put down before it snows to try to keep things from icing up and getting too snowy before they have to go in and plow. And trying to preserve the concrete, because rock salt can be pretty harsh on concrete.
Students say that they are loving that they no longer have to take alternate routes to get to their classes. They're enjoying the new aesthetic of the heart of campus.
I really like it. I think it opened up the campus a lot more. I just remember having to walk all the way around and everything, and then when they opened this up, it just felt really nice.
In a couple sections of the recently renovated sidewalk, the top layer of the concrete has begun to flake off. Students have mixed feelings about this issue, especially because the project cost was over $12 million.
I've noticed it. It doesn't necessarily bother me. Like, if it's causing a bunch of problems for people on campus, then sure, put the money and work in to redo it.
I actually did construction over the summer, so I did mix this, so I know how that works. And that is, I mean, it's kind of difficult to see since it was just put in, and it's kind of sad, to be honest.
Osowski explains the cause of this issue and how the problem will be addressed moving forward.
It's not quite normal. They're not wearing down, but there are defective areas, defective installation of concrete that will need to be corrected. So the concrete masons, to us, it looks like they overworked the concrete during installation. I mean, basically concrete's a mixture of rock and sand and cement and water. And if the mason overworks the mixture by finishing it too much, they'll bring too much cement to the surface, and there won't be enough sand mixed with that cement. So it makes the surface weak and susceptible to a condition we call spalling, when pieces of the surface flake off. The basic concrete underneath is good, it's strong, but the surface is blemished, unsightly, that will need to be fixed.
The weak surface is especially susceptible to flaking from the harsh winter conditions, which we often face here in Brockport. Osowski says the construction company will be returning this summer to fix the damaged areas of the sidewalk. This way it won't disrupt the flow of regular student traffic during the rest of the spring semester. Jordan Soldcheski, News 4 Brockport.
So Hannah, did you notice that the sidewalks were seeming a little bit weathered lately?
You know, I feel like I have, and I think it's a great idea that they start fixing it up so people don't trip or any hazardous incidents, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's brand new. Like, they spent so much money on this project, so I think it's really good. It was in the contract to actually be able to fix it. I mean, it's brand new. It looks great, so
Definitely.
Let's keep it looking like that.
Yeah, let's keep it looking like that. I agree with you.
Definitely.
Brockport is on the road to Vogue after big city-inspired fashion. The Organization for Students of African Descent, also known as OSAD, hosted a fashion show last Friday. The fashion show is called 58 and Lex to inspire the New York City theme.
This is a fashion show based upon the theme of New York City. So we're having a deli Zorro on the stage, signifying the incoming and outcoming of customers throughout the daily basis of New York City.
Students from all walks of life had the chance to strut their stuff on the makeshift New York City street sporting designs from local and out-of-town designers. Those in attendance also had the chance to watch a dance performance before the last walk.
The Brockport Muslim Student Association is teaching other students about their religion and how they go about their day-to-day lives. They recently did this at their event, A Night with the Muslims. The event featured many different stations. One station was date testing, which is what Muslims break their fast with. They were also stations to try on a headscarf, get your name written in Arabic, and get a henna tattoo. But this event means far more than just these activities. The president and vice president say it's a good opportunity for people to learn more about the Muslim people, especially those on campus.
Our main purpose here is to raise more awareness, to let others know that there are Muslim students here at Brockport as well. It's basically more like educating people. We just feel like people need to know a lot more about us. It's not so much about what they see in the social media. People just so much associate Islam with like one culture. We might all practice the same religion. We all have different backgrounds.
When people see Islam, they're associated with oppressed women, and that is not the case. Like, look at all of us here on campus. We're all getting an education, and I like that about our religion, that we're breaking barriers. Even though people see us as oppressed women, in our religion, we're not.
Hussein and Abi encourage everyone to come to their events. They say there is so much more to learn than just the religious practices.
Professor Stephanie Wisnowski is Brockport's recipient of the 2018 Chancellors Award for Excellence in Adjunct Teaching. She attended Fredonia for her undergraduate degree in music education, then Brockport for her graduate degree in mathematics. She currently teaches math at Brockport and Monroe Community College. She was nominated by the students and faculty at Brockport. She then also had to turn in a binder with examples of how she has contributed to the department, references, and teaching plans. Wisnowski shows professional excellence and is a role model in the campus community.
Whole life, you should be a teacher. You should be a teacher. In college, I was a music major in college, so when the music teacher couldn't explain something to the other students, she'd say, "Go ask Stephanie. Maybe she can help you." I just want to do the best. So keep up with professional development, pedagogy techniques, styles, that kind of thing. I like to learn about that, see if I can put any of them into my classroom. Something that they probably thought was hard, trying to make it not so tough.
Wisnowski says she likes the community feeling that Brockport has.
This class that I just finished doing, they're all in all the classes together, so they're always talking, which I like a lot, because that means they're friendly to each other and they get along, and like a little community like that.
Wisnowski will be honored with the rest of the SUNY Award winners at the annual Employee Recognition Dinner on May 17th.
Football players here at Brockport work hard during football season, but what do they do when they're not on the field? News 4 Sports' Cordell Cummings is giving you an inside look on what the Golden Eagles do to stay in the game during the off-season.
The foundation for success starts in the weight room for the Brockport football team.
Because we're all here sweating, working hard together, going through pain together, so it makes you like build and get stronger together.
It's unreal. The music changes. I know Coach Miller usually has like different playlists or whatever every day. It definitely brings a lot of energy, especially at 6 a.m. This place is speakers bumping, everything flowing.
Exercises like the squat and bench press are staples in the program, but before they can transform their body, players have to learn the fundamentals of each exercise. Once they do that, the gains will come.
When they get the ball rolling, they start getting form down packed, and then that builds up their strength, and then the strength just gradually increases.
1, 2. Building a playoff caliber team takes a lot heavier weights than these, but it's in the weight room where the players come during the off season to prepare for the upcoming season.
Gillespie came in the program at 160 pounds 3 years later, and he's approaching 190. He didn't just improve in the weight room, it also carried over to the field.
I hit harder, I run faster, I'm just more focused. I know how hard I have to work, and when you work hard here, you want to work harder on the field, so you don't want that to go to waste.
One win from being in the national championship lit a fire under some of the players. They trained harder in hopes to bring the national championship back to Brockport.
We know how good we are. We know how far we went, so we want to go farther. We went to the Final Four, so now we think we can go even further. Harder work is going to make us better results.
In Brockport, Cordell Cummings, Talent TV Sports.
I think this is really interesting to kind of see like what they do when they're not playing, because we all go to the games, we see them play, but what do they do during this time,
Exactly. You wonder why. I think it's great to see them, staying in shape and keeping up with their body. They're going to need it for the next season when it comes around.
Yeah, and they got to take us to the finals again.
They do. We're relying on them, right?
Absolutely.
Well, that's all the time we have for News 4 Brockport. I'm Hannah Mao.
And I'm Kayla Green. We'll see you next time.